you guys are leading a team, it needs to come from you because you want it, you believe in it. That's your passion, that's your vision, you're bought in, you're part of it. And for your team to go execute it, they need to feel that same way.
I'm in the big leagues, Tony don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dog. I'm riding the road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now. So I need that go, y'all. Got hits when he throwing the fastball. Just too quick for it, peeling off like the whip orange.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Do Good Movement. Our purpose here is to make a positive impact in our society through real life education. The movement comes into play when you share the content to help other people do good just like you. Today I want to talk to you guys about leadership. And it's something that we have talked about in other podcasts, but I want to talk about it in a little bit of a different way right now. And I'm just going to give you one tip on leadership and the real goal of leadership. So if you're called a leader and you're brought up within a company to be a leader, you have one objective. Your objective is, how do you make the people you're leading better than they are today? How do you get the people that you're leading to the company culture, to the company vision, to the company targets? Now, you might be looking at yourself as a leader and say, well, Dylan, I know how to do that. I'm good at my job. I could hit those sales numbers. I could run these plays. I could put these processes together. I know what the vision is. I know how to act towards a culture. That's great. That's great that you know how to do that. And that might be one of the reasons why your company's looking at you and say, hey man, I like you and I like what you have developed in yourself, and I want to duplicate that. That's really the real reason the company's talking to you today, is because they do see something special in you and how you talk and portray yourself and the actions you do. They want to duplicate who you are amongst their team. So that's really your number one objective as a leader. So what you need to be thinking about if you're in this leadership position today, or you're wanting to get into a leadership position, how do you duplicate yourself to everybody else that reports to you? That's the real challenge. It's not about what you know and what you can do, but what can you do through other people? Good leaders have an ability to take an objective and make that objective an actual result through them to other people, to mimic that exact play, to do exactly what we need to do and what we need to accomplish. That is true leadership. Now, where I've seen people struggle in leadership is they'll be in a meeting, they'll be talking about the objectives, yep, I got it, could do this, all that good stuff, and they're in the same place maybe with executive management or whoever came up with the idea. They're equal, they get it, they get the idea, they get the plays, all those different things, and then a month or two goes by and nothing's changed. And this leader at this point, this one leader I'm talking about, right, because we talked about leader number one, about being able to do things through other people. Now we're talking about leader number two that's having challenges with that. So leader number two, they get out of this meeting, they say, yep, got it, cool, not a problem. You as an executive are like, cool, yeah, sounds like they got it. A couple months go by and nothing happens. And this leader comes back to the table and says, hey, the employees don't want to listen to me, they're not doing it, blah, 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 blah. Well, it's not that the employees don't want to do it. You've just struggled as a leader to have them understand the purpose, where they fit in for the purpose, the vision, what's next, how they contribute, how are they benchmarking against it. So as a leader, that's great, again, that you know it, but your job is to make sure that you're able to get the message so clearly all the way through to the frontline team or whatever team you're leading, to be able to execute it exactly on how everybody's thinking about it. That's leadership. It's being able to connect the dots. So if you're struggling to connect the dots today, think and reflect on what you're doing. How are you demonstrating the message? Are you forwarding an email? Are you taking the message and really understanding the message and the path that you need to go down clear enough to be able to represent it the right way? Is it your message, or are you just repeating a message? That's another thing. If you guys are leading a team, it needs to come from you because you want it, you believe in it. That's your passion, that's your vision, you're bought in, you're part of it. And for your team to go execute it, they need to feel that same way. And so what I like to do in my meetings is I'll always like stop the meeting at different points and say, okay, let's repeat it back. Let's make sure we're on the same page. And we'll go back and forth. Let's role play it. Okay, you told me you got it, right? We just talked for an hour. You said you got it. What do you got? Tell me what you got. What are you going to go do with this thing? And I'll have the leader repeat it back to me. I'll have the leader tell me their actions. I'll have the leader tell me their plays, how they're going to roll it out, how they're going to measure it, how they're going to benchmark it, what they want the score to be, what they want the result to be. And a lot of times, guys, the person might not have that right then. So I'll say, okay, before we go roll it out with the team, it's important that how I'm talking about it and how I'm passionate about it and how I see it, you see it the same way. So go back, go do some homework, pitch it back to me where I feel like this is coming from you and you have all the right things there to make sure it's passed down and rolls out efficiently, because at the end of the day, I'm a leader to that leader, right? So what I'm doing, I'm having to elevate my game so they're playing at that type of level. And then they'll go work with their teams and do the same thing that we just did to make sure that they're on the same playing field. Because at the end of the day in a company, it's not you, it's not your leader, nor your frontline people. The people that we're really trying to impact in a positive way is the customers. So no matter if you guys believe in the idea and get the plays all the way through, if your frontline team can't make that play happen the way you want it to happen to connect with the customer, you guys just did all this work for no reason and it's not building the result you really wanted to build. So again, guys, true leadership, the definition of leadership is being able to take an objective and a result that you guys want as people, as a company, whatever it might be, and being able to go every layer down where the team sees it the same way and can execute it the same way. Because if you know it and they don't, there's a disconnect and we can't accomplish a game of business. And the game of business is to provide the best product, the best service, the best result to our customer. And the only way to do that is through the people, through the employees, and everybody collectively understanding the vision, the mission, having passion behind it, and knowing the steps that they need to take to go ahead and get there. And it doesn't always need to come from the top down. A lot of the best ideas to how to play the game, how to execute, how to change a strategy, how to make a pivot are really going to come from your frontline people and your customers. So as a leader, spend your time there, reverse engineer this thing, build it backwards, and then continue to go up, down until everybody collectively gets it. That is true leadership because you've been able to put a play together and execute the play exactly how you visioned it. That's what I got for you. Do good.